Hello, 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 and welcome everybody to the Sandbox Wednesday stream. I am Alex, aka Kamisazi Florez, and we have got a lot of cool news today. So let's take a quick peek at Medium here. So, in case you've been paying attention to Twitter and OpenSea, you'll see that Sebastian, our COO, who's in charge of the Sandbox account, purchased another Bored Ape, and for quite a bit. Let's see. Does it say the price that was in here? I did the math, and it was something like $2 million worth of ETH. So it was a little wow. So this has added another. I think this is the 31st. Yep, there are now 31 Bored Apes in the Sandbox's collection, and that just adds to all the other NFTs that the Sandbox is buying, like Cyberkongs, Voxadeos, Meebits, Voxies, Cool Cats, all sorts of stuff. You can check them all out here. Hey, Kodazeni. Hey, Andy Ritchie. Inside Neighborhood. Good to see some familiar names here. And you might notice, I don't think we've shown this before. This is a sneak peek of what we're working on for the NFT bridge for Bored Apes. So the original model for this was actually made by Touche, who hangs out in our streams occasionally. So Touche did the initial setup for these apes, and then I'm working on doing all the different versions of them, and we're working on some tools for VoxEdit to make this possible and humanly possible, because when you've got 10,000 of something, it's very difficult. Hey, Touche's even here. So when you've got 10,000 of something, it takes a long time to do it all. So we're working on making tools in VoxEdit that will let us generate stuff like this, which could expand to other IPs, and even potentially you could make your own 10,000 avatar project, or 5,000 or 50,000, whatever you're trying to do. But we're trying to make these tools first so we can make these NFT bridges, and then potentially bring them to you, the user, to make your own things. And specifically, this ape was made by Tybalt, who's our top artist. He made the Sandbox art style, so he actually did this specific version of the ape. So that is cool. We have also got another Walking Dead land sale. Wave 3 is tomorrow, September 9th at 1 p.m. UTC. So keep an eye out for that. I'm going to paste the link to that in the chat. It's more of the same as the previous sales. We've got different bundles for the Walking Dead themed assets. You can pick yourself up a Negan or a Walker, or some buildings from Alexandria, all sorts of fun stuff. So keep an eye out for that. Next thing is we have got a game jam going on right now, in case you didn't know. It's Beast Quest themed. I don't remember if we talked about this on the last stream. So you don't need to buy any of the Beast Quest assets. There is going to be a sale for these assets. These were made by Benji, who's been an artist with us since the beginning. Let's see, does it have a link? Marketplace. There is a link to the collection here. So we've got Dragon, Furno, Epos, I'm not sure how to say it, a Phoenix. That one needs to get minted still. We've got some of the hero characters and some other stuff. So you can pick these all up if you want, but they are not required to enter the Beast Quest Game Jam competition. So the main thing is kind of like a medieval fantasy, castles and magic and dragons kind of themed adventure game. So that's what we're looking for here. You do need to be over 13 years old. I think that's true for all the game jams. I'm not sure if we always explicitly stated that. And let's see. Dates. So submissions start today, actually, or not today. Today's the 8th. Started on the 6th is when submissions start. 19th is when submissions close. Voting starts on the 20th, and October 4th will be our award ceremony for a 100,000 sand pool. And I'm going to paste the link to that game jam in the chat. There you go. First place is 40,000 sand. Now, in case you were living under a rock for the past week, sand actually hit $1 for, I think it was over 24 hours. It went up like $1.04 or something like that. So it's, it went back down to 70 and it's fluctuating around because, that's what it does. But I mean, that's a $40,000. That's like somebody's entire annual income for a whole family, depending on where you live. So that's a great first place prize for a 3-week game jam about. So, or two week game jam. So exciting stuff there. Same judging as usual. So if you've done any of the previous game jams, you'll be familiar with the whole setup, but all the rules are on the Medium article, so check that out. And lastly, just in like the past hour, or two, the new version of VoxEdit dropped. So I don't know if we've even announced this yet on Twitter. We might have. I was a little busy. But I just got shared this link from the VoxEdit developer. I'm like, oh, yes, it's finally out. So you can download the new version of VoxEdit now. If you are trying to upload assets to the marketplace, you do need to have the latest version of VoxEdit. You'll see a little pop-up at the bottom of the VoxEdit screen when you open it. That will tell you that you're not on the latest version. So you can do that. And new features, we got new user interface themes. They're looking pretty sweet. If you can customize the way that looks. We've got a new inverse kinematic system. I haven't had a chance to play around with the new inverse kinematic system, so don't ask me. I need to learn it myself first, and maybe we'll have some tutorials coming out soon for that. So new inverse kinematic system. There's also a new fill in between, which is especially helpful for inverse kinematics. It will analyze the transition from one keyframe to another and bake in the keyframes in between, so that way every single frame is defined. That makes it a lot easier for doing specific kinds of things where you used to have to manually make the keyframes for each step, and it could be a big headache sometimes. So that is a much appreciated feature, at least for me, to have keyframe baking. You now have more undo steps from 10 to 30. You can send to all on keyframes, which means that if you make a keyframe if you change the position on one keyframe, on one animation, you can now send the new position to all the other animations. So it copies those selected keyframes and makes it apply across your whole asset on all of its animations. So let's say you're making a character and you decided to add a new node to that character. It used to be that you'd have to manually go through each animation and move it to the correct position on every animation, and it could take a while, especially if you're doing something like a custom human character that has like 50 animations. So now send to all will update that node to the position on every single animation, which is great if you add a horn or some wings or a tail or something to a creature and you need to position it correctly on everything. So very excited to have that in there. You can also delete all animations if you want to clear out and start from scratch. You don't have to do that from your file browser anymore. You can do it right from VoxEdit. We also have lifted the lock on exporting templates. So you can now export from templates to GLTF and other formats without fussing with template locks or hacking into the file code, you can just export right from the file menu, which is very helpful. Animation list is now alphabetically sorted. That is particularly helpful when dealing with humans with all of their 50 plus animations. And hovering over linked models on the library will highlight them on the figure. And there's a few other updates. So yeah, just a great update all around, and a bunch of crashes and bugs fixed. In fact, we can actually share that link in the chat. You can check out all the new features. Go and download that from, I think it's, oh, you can get it from the Vox Edit website, but I usually go to the Sandbox website, and you go to the Create tab, and there's a Vox Edit page there. And this is it's just cool looking. I mean, I personally don't like working in bright mode, so I would change that. You go to your preferences, color theme, and I'm more of a dark mode guy. I like dark and orange. Maybe I'll go with the yellow orange. And I think I'll go with the yellow orange. This is my new. Yeah, there we go. Maybe we'll make the mid dark theme. Look at that. Andy Ritchie says he'll be live again, covering the land sale tomorrow, same time as last week. Awesome. Boop Goop Wave 3. There we go. So, that is that. Now, we need to jump into the GameMaker. GameMaker also updated to 0.6.9. So Vox Edit was waiting for the GameMaker to update because Vox Edit implemented an update to the voxel format. So we actually needed the GameMaker to update first to support the new voxel format, because if we updated Vox Edit, people's new assets... Ooh, that is really loud. Okay, that's weird. It gets quiet after that. So if the GameMaker was updated after Vox Edit, people's new assets in Vox Edit would not work in the old version of the GameMaker. So we had to update the GameMaker first, then we could update Vox Edit. But now both are updated, and we're getting ready for 0.7. Let's see what we've got on the gallery here. Anybody want to show their game? Any games you want me to check out? Let's see if any of these screenshots stand out for me. We could also we never did get back to the realistic simulator. Is there an updated roadmap? Not published publicly that I know of. I know that internally we've updated our timeline for stuff, and I don't think it's been made public yet. We're kind of at a point where we're polishing the features for the next, or for the game client release. So I don't think any new features are being added to the game client at this point. It's basically ready for the release. They're just fixing all the bugs, making sure there's no memory leaks, making sure that social hubs stay running smoothly. Lucas's right is here. This looks nice. Oh wait, no, we played this. The Spirit of Kingdom, we played. I'm like, this looks cool. We played this last week. And I did, I feel really dumb. If you were here, was that last Wednesday? It feels like forever ago. We couldn't get past the gorillas. The trees were had bananas in them, and they were right next to where we were. And I just totally didn't see it until after the stream was over. I just looked at the trees and I was like, wait a minute. There's bananas in those trees. So yeah, if you're stuck by the gorillas, there's bananas nearby. You just got to look at the trees. Let's see here. Somebody's got to have a game. Looking for something exciting looking. This is the part where you need to think about the thumbnails that you save and upload to. Yes, fairly soon, even though fairly and soon are very subjective terms. Any timeline on collabing on GameMaker builds, more than one user account, being able to work on a build, even not at the same time. So I don't have a timeline for that specifically, but you can collaborate if you share a user account. So we've talked about this a little bit on stream before. You can't edit at the same time because it's basically like you're working on the file locally, and if changes are made on one computer and another computer at the same time, they're going to conflict when they try to sync on the cloud. So you do need to plan your timing of who's going to work when. Maybe have like a Discord and be like, "Hey, I'm working. Please don't try to log in." But if you're working with somebody that you trust, you can share a username and password for one account and collaborate together on that account. And you don't have to worry about your wallet because the GameMaker doesn't read your wallet data. I mean, it does for when you go to play. It'll show what NFTs you have in your wallet for gameplay, but nobody can publish and mint a game or like sell your assets or steal your sand through the GameMaker. They have to log in through the dashboard with your wallet, with your seed phrase in order to do that. So don't give that information away. Keep your seed phrase safe. Never share it to anybody. Nobody should ever ask for your seed phrase. So yeah. But you can share the login information for your GameMaker account, and they'll be able to log into that account on the dashboard, but they won't be able to touch your NFTs. They won't be able to touch your sand that way. Mystic Festival. I don't think we played this one. This looks interesting. Japanese Summer Festival. Oh, you know what? I think I know what this is for. There's actually a sale coming up on, I want to say Saturday, for a bunch of assets from our Japanese community. So we're going to save this one for Saturday. We're not going to go to that one yet. How long has the sandbox been a work in progress? I think 2018 is when this iteration of the sandbox started. So this is actually the third sandbox game by Pixel, although the sandbox is a separate company from Pixel now. So there was the sandbox on mobile, and then the sandbox evolution. Lucas, you're going to get yourself in trouble there. No asking for seed phrases. Yeah, so I believe this iteration of the sandbox started in 2017 or 2018. It was right around the same time that Animoca Brands bought Pixel. And I've been working with the sandbox since 2018, right? I think. Or I think it was maybe right at the beginning of 2019. 2019, 2020, 2000. Yeah, it was like February or March or something of 2019 that I started working with the sandbox. All right, hike around the tropical island and its unstable volcanoes. Find and help out all the elemental masters. Okay. All right, so we're using the... I can see that this started as the jungle template, but it looks like they've made a lot of changes to it. And I'm going to change the audio because I think there's some sound effects here that maybe we can't hear so well. Nope. Okay. Just adjusting my levels here. Yes. Yes, Lucas. Never ever send your seed phrase to anybody ever. Even if they say they're going to give you something special, because that gives them access to all of your stuff. That's like giving somebody your checkbook and your signature, or like your whole physical wallet full of money. All right. Hello, welcome to Lost Island. Please help the elemental masters to recover the island. All right. Let's see what's going on here. We got some apes, I think, going on up here. There's a palm tree. Oop. Even if they say your mom. Yes. Oh, I didn't mean to touch the lava. Oh, I teleported way up here. All right, we got a lot of Z flickering going on here. So that's something to watch out for when you're placing assets. If you line them all up perfectly evenly, but the colors don't match, they're gonna Z fight, which is this flickering, because the computers they're perfectly lined up, and the computer can't guess which one's in front. So it kind of does this crazy little motion here. So if you just offset them just a little bit up and down, doesn't even have to be a whole voxel, just a little bit, it'll make a difference. So, So it looks like I wasn't supposed to respawn up here. I'm certainly impressed you got this high. Are you the chosen one? Maybe you keep going to the top. So I died to teleport all the way up here. So that's something to watch out for. That you don't put respawns too close to hazards, where you can end up skipping large parts of the game. Ooh, that was not the hole that I was supposed to go to. Okay. We're gonna go elsewhere here. Master of Water. Pirates have stolen my sword of power. Find a healer plant first. Right. I think I can take these guys. They're tiny. Oh, they're dwarf pirates. I got these guys. Easy. What's in here? More pirates. Ooh, looks like there's an imp back there. Why can't I hit this guy? There we go. Come on. Are these the healing plants? The imp is easier than the dwarf pirates. Oh. I didn't even see him attack that last time. He just kind of like leaned in my direction and I died. What is going on here? There was like a weird... I think it's confused about whether I should go up or down there. Hey, Lizard King. Absolutely, ask away. I try to keep an eye on the chat the whole time that I'm playing. I can see why I should find the healing plant first. Maybe that's this way. Oh, that's probably the healing plant right here. Okay, does it follow me or does it just stay there? I think it just stays there. Hi, Eerie. Alright, so that will heal us. Whoa, did you see that? I've never noticed that before. There was like a green glow on the ceiling. Like, almost like I was lighting up the ceiling. Because there's not really dynamic lighting. We have the shadows, but we got it. Yeah. Oh, there's the sword. Does this do more damage? Let's see. Nice. It's huge. All right, Lizard King says, whatever happened to the Mystic Festival bundles? They just disappeared out of the news. I don't know. What, that's weird. Because I'm pretty sure pretty sure if we go to the marketplace, there should be a Mystic Festival. There we go. They're right here. So if you go to let me make sure that you can actually see this. Like that and that. So if you go to the marketplace, it's in the collections list. So you go to Mystic Festival, and it's there. They never got released. Well, some of them are for sale right now. So I think some of them sold out. So if we go to like Pufferfish, 16 minted, 14 owners, that means that it's sold out. Somebody bought 3 or 2 people bought 2. They're missing the bundles, though. It was a ton of assets. It was in the Medium post. I'm not sure. I wasn't really involved in the Mystic bundle. Let me see. Because I think, if I remember correctly, there was supposed to be stuff. There, it's still on Medium. I just searched Mystic on the Sandbox Medium. If you just go up to the search bar, it's being a little slow to load. There it goes. So there were Friday the 20th, I'm guessing of August, right? That would have been Friday the 20th in August, yeah. So there were bundles on OpenSea that were auctions, so you could buy like a whole set, I think. At least that's what I remember it being. But you can message me if you can try messaging me on Discord. If that doesn't work, you can message me on Twitter. I don't know if I have my DMs open on Discord right now. Wrecked Skills asks, did you create the sword in Vox Edit? I did not make this sword. Not the one that you see on screen here. I did make this sword. And that's the only sword that I made. The Shimmering Cutlass. I have some other swords here. This is the Heavenly Sword and Hell Sword by Dark Dag, who was he was like the first group leader for the Creator Fund. So he's one of the OGs. He's not in the Creator Fund anymore, but he still hangs around. And then this one is by Cosmic Coyote. And I think this is the one we started the game with, and we just picked this one up. And this is by voxel-based. So that's the cool thing about this whole setup, is that we can actually highlight them and see who made them. And I've got a munchkin knocking on my door. Hold on. What's that?
I had a fun day at school.
You had a fun day at school? Cool. All right. It was my youngest first day of preschool today. So she's just excited about that. She's been home for hours, though, and I've already talked to her today. So I don't know why she decided to do that now. Let's see here. Is there an option to create a game with my own sound effects, music, dialogues? So by dialogues, I think you mean like your own kind of like boxes. Like we can talk to characters. Like if we go back to go back here, we can talk to them. All the powers of water. But we don't have an option to like set up your own custom boxes and stuff yet. Nice. It's very like Power Rangers kind of Super Sentai. But as far as so one person, I don't remember who it was. Was it Was it Andy Ritchie or was it somebody else did the custom music for their game that had an installer? Or was that Touche? I don't remember. So you can kind of install custom sounds, but you have to like overwrite the default game music, and it's we plan on having real features to do that. They're just not in there yet. So all of that stuff, customizable stuff, will come, but we're just not there yet. The bundles in OpenSea were never done. They are all owned by Sandbox Japan. Okay, I think that's the sale that I was talking about for Saturday. Remember how I pointed out one of the lands and I said, oh, hey, I think this is a thing going on Saturday. Let me see if the article actually gives any more information. So I think not all of the artists were ready to mint in time for the auction, and so they gave some more time to advertise it. They really pushed this in Japan, I think, for advertising, and I think they wanted to make the game experience. So Friday at 1 p.m. UTC. So yeah, I think those dates in August are old. So I'm pretty sure that sale is for Saturday. The form link has not been dropped yet. Yeah, Saturday's the 11th. So I know that I was asked to do a stream and specifically play that Japanese festival map to talk about the assets in it. So I think that's what's going on with that. Is the Sandbox set to release in 2021? As far as I know, I can't give any specific dates, but we plan on having our preseason in 2021. Is there a place where we can download the book of style for creating assets? So there's not really like a book, but if you're working in VoxEdit, if you're in the modeler or the animator, there's a button that says help, and it opens up and it gives you some pointers on our like guidelines and stuff. Style wise, mostly you can just look at the marketplace, because the marketplace right now is populated almost entirely by our Creator Fund artists who get staff approval for the artwork that they make. Yeah, the guidelines help you with stuff like how to set up collisions properly, making sure that you don't have too many faces on your objects, things like that. Sans is too expensive now. You have to wait for the assets to be sold separately. You should have got the sand before the sale. Got to buy it early. I'm all out of sand. I've got like less than 200 sand right now. So I spent it all on assets. What's with this egg? Oh, I probably have to talk to this person first to get to the egg. Defeat the cyborg demon and bring a dragon egg and fire mushroom. Are you interested? If so, go ahead and prove yourself. You'll find the egg at the top of the volcano. The mushroom won't be far from the egg. All right. Oh, hello. So, this is kind of an awkward place to have the fight. Haha. Whoa. I just ran into the lava. So, it could be that the chase distance was too big on the cyborg, making it so that way it would run down the stairs at me. Okay, we got the egg. Did anybody see a mushroom? kind of afraid to go down. I knew it was a mistake. Oops. Maybe, can I drop something and jump on it? Oh, no, I pick it up. I knew that was a mistake. I was thinking, I saw this little tunnel. I saw this space right here and thought, oh yeah, I'll be able to get out. But I didn't see that this was too deep. So yeah, can I, no, there's nothing I can do, can I? Yeah. All right, let's find something else to play. So, if you've been the only person, oh, I didn't mean to exit the whole thing. Oops. You've been the only person talking about the bundles. You should get a discount. Well, so like I said, I'm pretty sure they've been advertising it heavily in Japan because that's where all those artists are from. So there's probably a lot of buzz. Thank you. There's probably a lot of buzz on the Japanese language parts of our Discord server, and just not as much on the English side. I forgot to ask if anybody had a game that they wanted me to play before we went on. Actually, I forgot today was Wednesday even. So about like 15 minutes before the stream, I was like, oh, it's a Wednesday. So I didn't come as prepared with games to play because Monday was a holiday in the United States. So Monday I was pretty much off. Hey, Joseph's here. Everybody say hi to Joseph. And then Tuesday was supposed to be my daughter's first day of preschool, and there was a COVID case in the building on Monday, so they had to shut down the school to clean it and stuff. So she didn't end up starting till today, and it's like thrown off my whole week as far as knowing what day it is. All right, we got a first-person experience here. Spice is here. Anybody else talk? Ooh, fresh produce. So with first-person experiences, you really want to make the people talk from far away. Are you searching for dragon eggs too? I guess so. If there's dragon eggs to be searched for, I will search for them. But in first person, you want the speech bubbles to show up from far away. Whoop. So that way you can actually read them without having to walk backwards. Doo-doo. I don't think there's anything up here. Ooh, look at that. That's cool. So for those of you who may have missed it before, Joseph is now well, I was going to say teacher, but I don't think Joseph is a teacher. Joseph's an administrator at a school now. So yeah, usually Wednesdays are not going to work for Joseph, because he is at work. He's at his day job. But every once in a while, maybe we'll be able to get him to guest visit on a Saturday or something. Maybe we'll do something special for that. Probably not this Saturday because we've got that Japanese thing going on. They say powerful monsters live in... I missed it. Say it again. In the tower. Powerful monsters live... So, I tend to prefer not having combat in first person. Looks like you could use a cool drink. Can you find my sister Mary? This is what I mean about needing the speech bubbles from far away. She went searching for dragons and hasn't come back. So you want the speech bubbles to start from far away, and you want them to have a long timeout. So that way you have time to read them. Don't want any trouble. It's a dangerous place outside these walls. So in general, I avoid first-person combat, at least when I make stuff. Because it's very hard to see what you're doing. First person could be great for certain experiences, but if you have to do a lot of combat, it's very in your face. So there's some cool layouts going on here. What is this cute thing? Apparently I'm just killing scavengers. Alright. So I don't have any quests yet. I did see there was a marker somewhere. Scavenge goods. Careful out there. Spare some Doge? I don't have any spare Doge. This used to be one of the most prestigious cities in the metaverse. Joseph said, we got a government contract secured for the kids to learn how to build drones and fly them to get official FAA licensing. What? I want to go to Joseph's school. I would have loved to do that when I was a kid. I've been considering getting a drone with the first person view, like VR setup, because I love playing flight combat games and doing all the stupid acrobatics and stuff. All right, I guess I'm just supposed to go down. So nobody's giving me any sort of quests, but the layout of everything's very attractive. Looks pretty. Oh. My rolls are on point. Mummies! This old mummy. This mummy was intended as like a decoration. I think we have some mummies that actually move around correctly. Do we? I know we've got skeletons that do. But that mummy was never animated, so just kind of like, oh, hello. Yeah, we're not gonna try going up there yet. That is a scorpion. And that's gonna take forever to kill. Let's see if I can get some better equipment from other things here. Alex Toro says he gets sick after 15 minutes of Ace Combat in VR, but I do like it a lot, just can't handle too much of it. Yeah, I don't think I'd get sick. So I've never done proper VR. I mean, I've been on a VR experience at Disney World that they had back in 2001 or something. Can I pick these up, or are they just there? Okay, I think there was a marker, indicator component left on those, but they don't seem to do anything. Pirates. Can I get through this with no hits? I'm gonna pull up PewDiePie. Oh no, I got hit really hard. Oh my god. That was a lot of damage. And I'm dead. Okay, never mind. Never mind about 0 deaths. So yeah, I don't remember what year it was. I had to have been like, I think I was like 11 or 12. It would have been around 2001. So we went to Disney World, and they had like these motorcycle kind of things that you could ride. You would sit on a chair, and the chair, there's a key? I don't know what the key goes to. So you'd sit in a chair, and it was like a motorcycle, and you'd lean forwards into these goggles, and I think you had headphones on, or the audio was like just part of like the goggles would like, you just kind of like leaned into this helmet thing. And I think it was like a scientific breakdown of like what happens in a cell, like DNA copying and things like that. I don't remember exactly. And that, I don't think this door can work. No, it's just decoration. I'm just slaying pirates. So that whole thing set up a VR experience, and I had no issues with it. And I've always enjoyed like spinning around. Like as a kid, I would just spin in circles for minutes on end and like hanging upside down off things. And I used to go flying with my dad, and he would do controlled stalls. And so it was just fun to like feel my feet go up in the air. I was like 5, so my feet couldn't reach anything. Always loved roller coasters, things like that. So I think I'd be fine with VR, but I want to get a VR headset and like play some games with it first before I invest in a drone. And a drone that can do like that kind of acrobatics. But I've always been interested by the idea of like VR racing. I feel like I'll probably crash the drone a lot and break it very quickly. See, like this kind of combat is kind of not very much fun because you can't. I guess you can charge your attack. Okay, that was kind of cool. Now it's weird. You can't see your attack charging, but it does go out. Here in Florida, Disney had a place called Disney Quest where they had a bunch of VR stuff like that. It was like a huge arcade. I've been to that. I think that's what it was called. I think that would have been this. I've been twice, and both times it was like a long time ago, like 20 years ago, and then like 17 years ago, or yeah, something like that. I was still a teenager. Oh, there's a map. So I feel like by now I should have gotten some sort of quest objective. So the lack of questing, I can't pick up the map. It's just there. The lack of quest objectives is interesting. Ooh. Wait. Oh, that's weird. I can peek inside the house. Why is there a ladder inside? It feels like there's something up here. No, it's just 2 of the houses. Oh, it's because the 2 houses are stacked next to each other. That's why the ladder shows through. So yeah, I think I went to Disney Quest. I think this was at Epcot though. I'm pretty sure the thing that I went to. At Disney Quest, I remember there being like holographic augmented reality things. Like they had a projector that would shine on a table, and you could like slide your hands through sand, but it wasn't really sand. It was like empty, but you could like play with the stuff virtually through the projection. Right. I don't really. Oh, this is the dragon we saw through the floor. Can I just skip the dragon? Run past all the dragons. What's behind the store? Nothing? Run up here. What's this? No. Ooh, ancient lever. You know, I kind of want to do like a little tutorial after this. I'm going to show you how to use that ancient lever properly. Okay, we got an egg. But like we still don't have any quests, so. I don't know if that lever did anything. Let's see if we can bring the egg back. Yeah, I mean, you know, Disney's always trying to keep things fresh. So, whoa. You know, doesn't like eventually that stuff gets out of date those, as cool as those experiences were, 10, 15, 20 years ago, they get outdated, and they're always trying to do something new and keep people coming back for, the new stuff. So, yeah, I don't really feel like fighting all those dragons. So I think we're going to stop here on this one. So like I said, I want to show you how to use that switch. So we're going to do impromptu tutorial. How much time do we got? We got 11 minutes. So what we're going to do is we are going to do the form for the Wizzy giveaway. All right. So there's the form for the Wizzy the Blue giveaway. Go ahead and fill that out. And we're going to show how to use these ancient levers in a way that makes sense. So right now you can see I'm doing this drawbridge thing. That's its own thing. But what we want is the levers to be animated, because they can be animated also. So right now we have it as a button sending trigger, but what we actually want it to be is a door. It interacts, and we could leave trigger on there. Let's try leaving trigger on there and see what happens. And then we are going to do opening animation is going to be turn on, closing animation is going to be turn off, and we edit logic, and message on open is trigger, and message on close is also trigger. All right, let's hit play. Let's see if it works. Oop. I wasn't expecting it to move on the first. So let's switch this. Let's do turn off and turn on. And, oh, we want to turn off collision. That way our collision's not changing when the door opens and closes. And starting state closed. Okay, I think that'll work. Well, I guess it's going to play the animation no matter what. I think we could... There is a way that we could stop that, but I don't think we really need to. It's not going to be too often that you're going to start the game standing next to the Switch. Yeah, I think it's fine. So now we should be able to flip it, and it will change those. Now, the kind of annoying thing is that the Switch moves slower than the bridge. That's okay. And, okay, so we don't want it to be activated by trigger, because it will actually, it sends it in a loop. Actually, can we loop it? Could we do that? Let's try that. We're going to set this to a door. And we're going to have turn off and turn on. And we're going to edit the logic and say trigger and trigger. I think this will just send it in a loop, which would be kind of funny. Was there anything else? I think that was it. Save. Just in case it crashes it. Clankers just secured a beautiful 3x3 estate, and I'm now official member of the 100 Club. What's the 100 Club? 100 lands? I've only got 30, 34, I think, 33, something like that. Nice. Clankers has got 100 lands. So now it's stuck in a loop. I mean, it's not stuck. I can stop it. So what's happening is there's so messages have a little bit of transmission distance. Is it going faster? I feel like it's going faster now. I'm trying to make a catapult now. Whoop. All right, so we got to turn the trigger off here. So we just want interact on those. I was trying to make it so that way opening it on one side would open it on the other side, like this, so the switches would always stay the same, but it doesn't really matter. So we just leave on interact. And now goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down. Unfortunately, there's no way for me to set the speed of this door rotation. That's automatic. And there's no way to speed up the animation on the Switch. So I guess what you could do is you could have a delay, like some sort of relay, a timed relay. But that feels like too much work for a simple mechanic like this. So what we've got going on here is we've got our drawbridge, which is actually the thing controlling the drawbridge is this this numpad. So the numpad is rotated on its side. And this is the door behavior. So when we interact with the switch, it opens or closes the door. And we have a rotate around pivot. So it takes some trial and error to figure out which direction you have to face it to do the door rotation. But that's all that's happening is that numpad is rotating, and it's rotated. It's put on its side. It used to be that doors would only rotate in the direction that you would expect them to, like set on the ground. But now you can rotate them, and they work fine. And then in the hierarchy, we have the bridge piece here. Oops, I keep on placing numpads. We have the bridge piece here and these wooden planks as children of the numpad switch. So when it rotates, it pulls everything else along with it. Now, the numpad, in order to make it not stand out like a sore thumb, you could do something like hide it in the wall over here, because it doesn't really matter where it is laterally to the rotation. You could put it anywhere. But we are hiding it by making it invisible with the eyeball switch here, or on this side, you can see it. The problem is that it makes all of its children invisible when you do that. So what you can do to get around that is set them as message broadcasters and set them as visible. And they don't send a message. They don't do anything with their behavior as a message broadcaster. They're just there to have the visible tag, which overrides the invisibility of its parent. Because if I like set these two up here and I make this one invisible and I make this one a child of it and I hit play, we can't see either of them. They're both invisible, even though we can still see this one in the editor. And even if we like cycle it, it's still going to be invisible. So you make it a message broadcaster, set it to visible, and that lets you still see it. So that's what's going on with the planks here. And then we just duplicate that whole thing, rotate it around to this side, And there you have it. And of course, I misaligned it now. So. What's this about burning down houses in the chat? Oh, my fees WTF is I don't want to think about it. I'm pretty sure I've spent multiple ETH in fees by now between all like the giveaway items and things like that. How hard do you think it would be to produce a simple shooter in the sandbox? Right now, it would be very hard. Right now with the mechanics that the sandbox has, there's no such thing as a simple shooter, because we don't have the ability to launch an item from the player. So some people have made like cannons. voxel-based had a mechanic like that. Touche, you did oh, what was the big 2 game, the 2 4x4 experience? Was that Touche? My brain is not remembering names well right now. Force Majeure, right? I feel like that was Touche. Clankersh made one of the first projectile weapons. Yeah, so we figured out Kim Sen. That's who it was. I was talking to Kim Sen earlier today. I don't know why I couldn't remember that. So Kim Sen did the Force Majeure. Clankersh made some projectile things. So you can kind of make projectiles, but you're mostly limited to a cannon type thing where you've got an asset in a particular place and you can like drop an item into it or press a button, and the game was Shoot the Minotaur. I did play that. I remember that one now. That was, oh wow, that was so long ago. I forgot about that. Yeah, Shoot the Minotaur. That was, I think that was the first time I saw it in practice. I think voxel-based has worked similarly to that, of like shoving an item inside another item to launch it forwards. Projectiles are planned for the future, yes. So we want there to be shooters. We want there to be, card games. We want everything to be possible, but we got to start somewhere. So right now we're focusing on kind of action RPG mechanics, yeah. So we'll get there. First, we need to make proper first person, because if you were watching the game earlier, first person that we had, the weird thing with first person in this game is that it's like third person with the camera shoved into the head, kind of. So if I go first person, and can you see the sword? So you can see the sword and you can see my feet. Okay, and if I, oh, maybe they fixed that. It used to be that if you like turned around, you'd be running backwards. Oh, they fixed it. It did feel the combat in that game, it felt better than I expected it to. It still didn't feel good, but it felt better than I expected it to. And I think that the character rotates properly now. And they used to not. So it used to be that you would turn the camera and the character would still be facing the opposite direction. So it made some like really weird things for combat. He didn't shoot the deputy. Any plan on adding hotkey skills? I'm guessing you mean like MOBAs and like MMOs. So there will probably be a lot more mechanics like that. I don't know exactly what's being planned next for the game mechanics as far as like magic skills and things like that. But the ultimate goal is that all of this is going to be possible through visual scripting. So if you can imagine like all the different things that you can make with GameMaker Studio or like other like modding tools and stuff like that, where you can piece together bits of game logic. All of that should be possible. All right, so let's close up that giveaway. I'm gonna share the link one more time. Give the last few people a chance here. All right, final call, about 1 minute, and then we're gonna close that giveaway up. So back to this. Well, I think I actually already explained most of it. But as far as design stuff goes, yeah, we want to get rid of, I forgot to remove trigger from there. So we don't want trigger to happen as both a message being sent and received, because then we end up with our infinite loop, which is, you know, fun for its own thing. But so what we've got here is interact, and then whether we open or close, it sends trigger. So that way an interaction with this will always end up with the bridge opening or closing. And then as far as design concepts went, we've got a ladder on the outside of the moat, so players who fall in can get out of the moat instead of being stuck there forever. And actually, this ladder is kind of redundant now. Originally, I put it there because I didn't have a switch on the inside, so it was a way to get out of the castle if you locked yourself in. But now there's windows and a switch on the inside, so it doesn't really matter. All right, we are closing up that form now. No longer accepting responses. Let's find out who's the winner of Wizzy the Blue, which I don't know what it's at now, but when I checked a couple days ago, the floor on this asset was $1,000. Part of that was because ETH hit 4,000, and also all the cheaper ones got bought up. So there were some for like 0.15 ETH that sold, and I think the cheapest you can get it now is 3 ETH. So that's pretty cool. $1,000 floor on the giveaway item. All right, let's see here. 0.3 ETH. 0.3 ETH. Did I not say the point? I meant 0.3 if I didn't say 0.3. Right, I'm just looking through for any duplicates. Here's one. And all right. That looks good. It's still $1,000. Yeah, it's. Alrighty. So we had 132 entries. Random number generator says 103. Let's see who that is. Okay, we're going to double check that this is a new winner. Better not be another YouTube winner. Let's see. Okay, it is a new winner. And guess what? It's a Twitch winner. Congratulations to Shagram. You win. Whenever I say that, in my head, I hear the, congratulations, you've won. Wizzy is a different color for the next giveaway. I'm considering it. I'm not sure. So we've already got Santa Wizzy, who's red. We've got the golden Wizzy. That was a staking reward, I think. I think that started off the whole golden thing. And then we've got Wizzy the blue. So we were thinking maybe Wizzy the Green for like St. Patrick's Day or something. I've had different thoughts for different things, so I'm not sure exactly what we'll do with it. I definitely do want to do other colors, but whether we do different colors for the giveaway or not, I haven't quite settled on. But I do need to hurry up and decide because we are running. What is going on? I see the white. I don't think Wizzy the White is racist. I do not think that. Not when we are defining a whole bunch of colors. Let's not go there. Nick Gilbert says, I used to provide liquidity and farmed the tokens, but haven't claimed the NFT rewards yet. Do you know where I could claim those? Yeah, definitely. So you want to go to nft.sandbox.game. And this is the claiming page. The anchor, I think there's something that they're trying to fix with the contracts. Maybe it has to do something with the high gas fees, which are not the Sandbox's fault in particular, but just are affecting everything. So everybody who needs to work on getting the anchors claimable is aware that it needs to happen. So yeah, I'm not sure when exactly that will deploy. But you can go to nft.sandbox.game, and if you are eligible for any of these rewards, you can claim them. So this site isn't connected to your wallet. It just links you to the page. So even though it says claim on it, when you get there, it'll actually tell you whether you can claim or not. So yeah, the anchor should be claimable anytime now. It's already minted. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on with that, but like I said, everybody who needs to be involved knows. And then I think no, it's not minted yet. But this is ready to be minted also, and this is the August reward. So I know. Well, hopefully gas fees will be lower when it's actually claimable, so you don't have to pay like $50 to claim it or whatever. I don't know what the gas fees will be when the claiming's available. I tried buying something on OpenSea last night or the night before. It was $100 for the NFT, but it was $400 for the gas fees. And I was like, nope, I'm not doing that. So I did, yeah. I've Dark Wizzy has been a consideration also. Maybe like a Grim Reaper looking kind of guy. That'd be cool. So yes, there's a lot of ideas floating around, but they kind of fit into a story also. So I want to make sure that it makes sense in the end. So anyway, thank you everybody for watching. Hope you had fun. Maybe learned some stuff. And I will be back normal time, 2 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday. I believe we'll be checking out the Japanese sale event. So maybe I'll announce that on Twitter tonight. So keep an eye out for that. I'll announce what's going on. Have a great rest of your week, everybody, whether it's morning, noon, or night. Have a wonderful day. Good morning. And I will see you next time.